Welcome to the Retirement Halftime Show. I'm Heather McWilliams. Joining us is Alexander Joyce with ReJoyce Financial. Alex, I know a common question that I hear a lot is, when should I take my 401k and roll it into a Roth IRA?
Yeah, you know, 401k qualified plan, and so it grows tax deferred. And generally when somebody is contributing to that 401k, the employer along the way is matching. And so it is the best way to save on a tax deferred basis, right?
Yeah.
It is for savings. Pay yourself first. That is the rule, name of the game. Grow money, right? And so the thing is, people are changing jobs more so now than ever.
Yes.
And so the question becomes, when they have this accessibility and they shouldn't spend it. Although sometimes that's a burning desire.
I know.
That's the hardest part, right? Don't spend it.
I know.
And so they're faced with kind of a fork in the road, right?
Yeah.
Do I take that 401k? Do I roll it into my new employer-sponsored plan, 401k? Perhaps it's a different custodian. You had Morgan Stanley, now you got Fidelity. And so the HR isn't really guiding you through that.
They're not.
Which is the issue.
Yeah.
That's why you need an advisor.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Or some type of coach on your side from a financial perspective. We can help. And so then the other option is, well, what do I put that money in if I do roll that from a 401k to a 401k? Because there is an option, as you just mentioned, to either take that money, roll it into a Roth on your own, if you will, which is a conversion as opposed to a contribution, right? Need some tax advice, we can help.
Yes.
The other option would be taking that 401k and rolling it into an IRA.
Okay.
Now, 401ks, as most people understand, they're limited to what you can do, right? Kind of like a sushi menu of options, right? Just kind of choose a couple and out the door it goes. That's why most people just use a target date fund. The closer you get to that target, the more conservative it gets. It does it for you. Best choice? I would dare say not. I think that working with an advisor can open it up to become, the world is now your oyster. And so I think that understanding risk and your appetite for risk, is it palatable, and being able to actively manage appropriate to the economy makes a lot more sense in the long run.
With a Roth, you just have a whole lot more investment choices. Should you be maxing out your 401k if your employer offers it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think if you can.
Is it a no-brainer? I mean,
if you can, it's a big number, right? And so I think that some people always will find better use for the dollars as opposed to saving it. It is discipline. You must have discipline.
Yeah.
You understand. Now, one of the things we'll do, especially for a younger individual, middle-aged individuals, we will show them the end game, right? The light at the end of the tunnel. It is very easy for someone to say to somebody in their 20s, if you keep doing this, you'll become a millionaire, right? But it's like, what about tomorrow? Right? I got to punch the clock on Monday.
Right.
I got to use self-discipline in order to do that. It is easy for individuals to say, well, if you buy some life insurance and you overfund it and it grows with cash value, and at the end of the day, you can borrow from it and you could have millions of dollars. But what does that mean next week?
Right.
And so I think that having an accountability partner, such as an advisor, having a mediator to show you milestones and actually how to do it, as opposed to being super high level, all right? I think that's what most people need, is like, hey, at the end of the month, what should this look like? Month by month, what should that thing look like? At the end of the year, what is my goal?
Yeah.
And we can kind of project out, as opposed to giving somebody something so far that seems so unattainable.
Yeah, but I would think if you're going to convert that into an IRA, you need a financial planner.
I think it's wise.
Yeah.
I really do. I mean, just from a if I took my financial planning hat off, if I took my advisor hat off, if I took my tax hat off, it's like, hey, what are my options?
Because there are a lot more options, right?
Yeah, there are. There just simply are. When you look at TD Ameritrade, you look at Fidelity, you look at what's out there, as opposed to the 10 you can choose from. Let's just have a conversation. What's very unique with us is if someone walks in our door, Heather, and has a conversation just based on, hey, there's a fork in the road here, I'm not really sure what to do. Will you just give me some, opinion or some advice? Listen, we have no problem doing that. It is costless.
Yeah.
Right? We are public servants. That is my duty. That is what we do. And we're on the same page in terms of my team and I. And so that we must do what's prudent.
And there are estate planning advantages too, which is part of what you do also. And I think when I hear estate planning, I think, oh, I've got to have a ton of money to do that.
Yeah,
Not
it
true,
doesn't matter.
right?
Yeah. Estate planning has nothing to do with dollars and cents. It has everything to do with what you want your dollars and cents to do for you, without your physical being. And so, carrying that legacy forward and having those conversations about what's important to you and what your goals are, even with if you're here or not here. Young children, older children, mature children, grandchildren, family dynamic, all of it matters. We just want to have a goal-based conversation to see what we can do to help.
And that is the beauty of ReJoyce Financial. You would do it all under one roof. As always, great information, Alex. And for more information, stick around. We have a lot more coming up.